Hey, what's up everybody? This video is about Ford Focus engine vibrations. This video is going to be a couple of quick tips on how to fix that yourself without a bunch of footage of me turning bolts and turning screws. You already know how to do all that. So right here is a quick little list of the tools you're going to want. These are the things that I used anyway, and some of the jacks and stuff you might want to have on hand. Okay, just a quick tip. On the back of this overflow reservoir, you're going to find this little tab. There's another bolt right here holding this thing on. The easy way to get this off of here without chopping yourself in half or breaking anything is to grab it from this side and simply rotate it off. And it comes right off of there. After that, you're going to want to prop a jack underneath the engine to hold it about a ½ inch higher than where it's actually at. I'm going to put a little pressure on it and see what happens. And there it is. That is the first hydraulic bushing we're going to be removing. Its boot is all torn up. And basically these things just sit metal to metal once that dies. Okay guys, so the Torx head that you're going to need is the F10 is to remove these bolts from the engine mount so that this can slide out of there without a problem. This bad boy should be ready to come right out of there. We need to pull that sucker out of there and put the new one in it. Put this thing back in. So basically guys, I just took an angle grinder to this and cut off the tabs that fold around this. The new one would slide them this way, I believe. And then you bend this tab over with a hammer, it looks like. That's pretty much the gist of that. Don't try bending it with a screwdriver like I did. I accidentally bent these tabs up too, which don't need bent. This piece slides out by itself. And I just cut those tabs off and did my best not to score the frame of this metal. Okay guys, to bend this back tab, you're going to stick a screwdriver down through the back side of this little void right here on this frame. That's going to enable you to get a good wrap. You see there where I got it started? Once you get it good enough to finish it off with the hammer, you're good to go. But you do not want a gap there. You want to beat this thing tight. Try not to beat the hell out of it like I did. But that's basically the name of the game. You wrap that back around the frame piece and you're too legit. Guys, I highly recommend you tighten the engine frame first, or the engine bolts first. That will align the mount. This mount has a lot of room of play, or a lot of room to move around. So tighten this up first, then go for your frame brackets. Then they'll pull themselves where it likes to sit, hopefully. Okay fellas, I have the engine mount tight, and it appears there are two dots that line up with this nut. So we're going to use those as a reference. I'm going to align the frame with the dots on that bolt. There's two of them. I don't know if that's just a spot weld, but that just seems like a good call to me. That centers us up just nice in there. So here's the other side, the transmission bushing, and it is a pain in the ass to get off if the battery has rusted everything out. You have to remove the battery case. That's what we're looking for. New one's in, old one's out. Pretty much that easy. We're gonna jack that engine up a little bit so we can get a grab of this bolt. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten it down to the frame and align it, this part, with that bolt first. Okay, the new bracket's in. You can use a 5/8 deep well if you don't have a 15mm deep well. The socket companies like to rip you off and sell you these sets with incomplete parts. Like you'll have a 16mm and a 14mm in your deep well set, but no 15. So here we are on a Ford Focus, and I'm going to attempt to analyze the vibrations of this engine that has damaged engine mounts. Just another use for the iPhone vibration app. You can see we're getting quite a bit in the Z. Just going to let it read this for a while. Okay, so here I am back in the car. The job is complete. I'm going to start the data acquisition, and from what I remember, it would appear that we are definitely observing a huge difference in vibration with an actual calibrated device here. As far as how it feels, yeah, Definitely feels better. I'm going to do a total of 2-minute acquisitions to develop somewhat of a small data set. But for the most part, looks like quite a bit of a success. And it does feel a lot better.